Hi, this is Stannis Cole. I'm the Indigent Expat, and you may be encountering some resistance from everybody you know. In the United States, we don't like people to leave. It's unpatriotic. So, if you're thinking about leaving and you've mentioned it to a friend and they're like, why in the world would you want to leave? It's dangerous out there. Here are 5 things to keep you on track and positive. Number 1, think about why you want to leave. Maybe write down a list of all of your reasons. You need ammunition when friends and relatives are being negative with you about this. So think about, when did you first get the idea that maybe it's time to leave our country behind? What motivates you? Is it the pull of exotic places and the prospect of a happier, maybe less expensive life? It's not going to be all roses, and there are plenty of thorns, as you know, in rose beds. So don't worry about that so much. Because if you worry about everything that could possibly go wrong, and this is the mindset that your friends and relatives have, is, oh, it's so dangerous out there. You're going to get killed. And they only feel that way because they care, right? They are worried about you. They think maybe you are all starry-eyed about your journey to discovery and you won't be watching for danger. I know you are thinking about that, and you're probably scared to death like I am. It's okay to be scared, but think about those basic reasons. A lot of us are wanting to move for political reasons. We are afraid. We are in a minority. I'm a handicapped person. They're going to be coming for me. But think about why else? Because I've thought about living abroad ever since I was 18, started college, and learned there was a study abroad program. So it's something I've always wanted to do. It gives me a good excuse to actually do it. I've thought about retiring someplace over the years. So this is not a quick decision. Your friends and relatives are going to say, oh, snap decision. No, it's probably not. But think out all of your reasons for wanting to leave, and don't let them sway you that they are not good, valid reasons. You can do this, and don't let them steal your dream, because they'll try. Think about your short-term goal. What is the first thing that you want to do when you step off that plane in a foreign country? Do you want to see the sights? Do you want to enroll, or have you already enrolled in a college or university? So have you got a goal of going to school? Have you got a job lined up? Are you planning to be a digital nomad and just work online and travel wherever you want? Slow travel, stay in 4 months maybe in one place before you move on? Or you have a long-term goal of buying property and settling down. Think about your short-term goals, though. You're probably going to be wanting to find an apartment or a room to rent, or do house sitting, or go to school, or maybe you're starting a job. But you're probably not planning to chunk down a whole bunch of money and buy property right away. So this is to your advantage with your friends and relatives. State your short-term goal only. Do not tell them you're planning never to come back to the States. always leave that door open. Oh, we could come back. We'll probably travel around for a couple of years and then we might come back, So leave the door open that you might come back, even if you have no intention of ever setting foot on U.S. soil again. If you state a short-term goal, it's more reassuring to your friends and relatives. Oh, she's just gonna take a hiatus. Yeah, just phrase it that way. Let them think that this is a short-term thing. It will help with them easing into the idea that maybe you want to leave. They're going to be thinking, they're going to be hurt. Oh, you're leaving me forever, Oh, no. You just want to think in the short term, especially where it regards your friends and relatives. Reassure them that, I can come back anytime I want to. It's not like you're going to prison in a foreign country, okay? If you've got school as a goal, a lot of people study abroad. That's seen as more normal in our lifestyle. So it really gets to me that most people in Europe, if they want to come to the States, everybody's like, oh, go for it, girl. You'll have fun. It's not like here where everybody's so negative. Oh, my. So just keep the short-term goal on the tip of your tongue and you'll be fine. The next thing on my list is take positive action. If you are worried or if your friends and relatives are getting to you, go online, do some research, come up with some things that maybe they've put some doubts in your mind, go do some research. The more facts you have here on the tip of your tongue that you can just rattle off, the better your relationships with them will be, because you can say, oh, I thought about that, and here's what I found out on the country's website, or here's what I found out about. Take positive action. Anything you can do to get you closer to getting on that plane or getting in your car and driving over the border, the better. So fight your doubts with knowledge. And remember, feelings are friendly. You're not going to be all excited and, oh, I'm going overseas. So there's going to be some of this, oh my gosh, I'm going overseas. What will I do? You may go back and forth between euphoria and despair. It's okay. Feelings are friendly. Don't worry about it, because I think that's a normal part of the process. There is grief about leaving everything that's familiar. Especially, we're going to be packing everything we're taking with us in one backpack. That's traumatic. I have 3 rooms full of boxes that we are going through now, and everything I see, I want to take it with me. I worked hard for this. So there are going to be emotions, both positive and negative, about this move, and your relatives and friends are going to pick up on it. So, getting my passport or whatever. Let yourself feel what you feel. If you need to cry, have a good cry. Go somewhere by yourself and let it out. You need to acknowledge that moving anywhere, whether you're just moving to a same town in the same county, moving is traumatic to a certain extent. You are having to think about items that you haven't seen for a while. what to do with them, all these million and one little decisions of what you're going to do with your stuff. We are really tied to our stuff in this country. So that in itself, in any move, is a hard thing. But when you consider leaving forever and maybe you can't afford a storage unit to go back to someday, we are not planning to do that. We're planning to get rid of everything, and it is going to be like living through a fire. If you've got a friend you can talk to about it, then go ahead and talk to them. Hopefully you've got somebody you can trust that you can share these feelings with. If you haven't got anybody, you might consider some of these online support groups that are free. Facebook has a lot of support groups for all sorts of things. You might find an outlet online. I find that writing is very cathartic for me, so I will write a story about an unrelated issue that a character has, and it makes me feel better about this issue that is too close to my heart to write about. So whatever your outlet is, or if you paint, or if you do crafts, whatever your outlet is, make good use of it so that you get your feelings out and acknowledge your feelings. There will be grief about leaving. There will be grief about not seeing your friends or coworkers or family every day if you do. There will be a lot of jumbled emotions. So don't be afraid of them, acknowledge them, and if you can, talk to somebody about them. And the final thing is, don't give up. It is so easy to let your friends and your relatives talk you out of your dream. It's like, oh, this is not the right thing to do. It's dangerous. You're going to get killed out there. You need to forget this idea. That's what a lot of them are going to be saying to you. Don't let them destroy your dream, because this is your dream. You're going and you're making these decisions, you are planning, and it looks good on paper until you get to the first friends or relatives saying, oh, that sounds like an awful idea. Why would you want to do that? And you're like, well, I knew it when I was writing it down, when I was researching it, and now I'm not so sure. Yeah, that effect happens to a lot of people who are planning to go overseas, and that's one reason they don't do it, is because of the friends and relatives' opposition that they didn't expect. Don't let them steal your dream. You know why you want to go, and you're the one doing the research. They're not. And they might not even believe the sources that you trust. So it's easy for them to get under your skin, and those doubts creep in, and you've already got lots of doubts if you're like me, and you're thinking, oh, maybe this isn't such a good idea. Don't go down that road. Just avoid that path entirely. You got to think positive, and you got to think, well, this is what I want to do, and I'm going to keep going on my research and figure out what I want, where I want to go, and I'm going to do this, and they're not going to stop me. So, don't give up.